weekends, from the frenzy of shoppings, the annual rituals of traveling, to numerous other activities. The toll of the Christmas spendings apparently comes in the new year, when resources become depleted and families are faced with the realities of January, when school fees and other financial obligations stare them in the face. Experts are saying these financial challenges can be avoided through planning.
Some universities have announced 300% increases in registration fees, which will affect the amount needed to actually keep our children in the universities. And I expect that virtually every university in this country, especially the federal universities, will increase fees, certainly beyond the reach of average Nigerians.
Average families must understand that they are consumers, and in consumption you make priorities, and you consume what is not what will give you maximum satisfaction, but what will give you satisfaction.
Reports show that inflation and exorbitant increases in prices of commodities have also reduced spending power of Nigerian workers. So how then can this class of Nigerians augment their income?
In a developing economy, there are three things you cannot go wrong with, and I think Prof began to allude to it: food, health, education. No matter how poor you are, if anybody falls sick in your family, if you have to beg, you beg and get the person sorted. So why are you not investing in education and health-related issues?
You want to buy food, you want to pay school fees, all it's about income explanation. Therefore, we must this out of the movement, and that's why I want to argue discussion that we must take entrepreneurship.
The experts are encouraging multiple sources of income, entrepreneurship, and healthy saving culture as the way out of the woods. Ekene Ndulwe, NTA News.
Though the oil and gas industry is always affected by issues such as rising and diminishing consumer demand, price fluctuations and geopolitical issues, it is believed that 2022 upped the stakes in terms of risk and uncertainty. However, key players in Nigeria insist the country has been able to weather the storm. Lydia Sampson reports.
Unveiling of NNPC Limited, expected to ensure energy for today and energy for tomorrow, is already yielding positive results, and experts note that realizing these lofty objectives will not be easy.
We are transforming our petroleum industry to strengthen its capacity and market relevance for the present and future global energy priorities.
This is great in the sense that we will now be just another international national oil company like our peers in Aramco, Equinox, and very many other international national oil companies that we are seeing.
With constant agitations to fast-track transition to renewable energy sources, every day holds its share of surprises and risks.
The global community is now moving from oil to renewables. So now we've decided that we must take the emphasis away from oil to gas.
When energy transformation efforts to reduce emissions have been baked into policies around the world, it is definitely not a one-size-fits-all approach. It is happening at different speeds in different countries.
Now, Nigeria also battles supply chains complexities with recurring petrol queues. This is attributed to the high cost of importation occasioned by access to forests and fall of the naira, as well as complexities of transportation offshore and onshore.
Nigeria imports many goods, not just fuel. So all the imports that Nigeria do are actually susceptible to disruption. Yeah, and it is about making sure, and that disruption can be anything. Make sure the vessel comes on time. In the case of fuel, making sure that the vessel that then brings it onshore is on time and is always available. Then making sure there's no congestion on the roads, and that the loading goes seamless, and that the roads are actually helping us to bring the product as quickly as possible to its final destination.
A major challenge negating Nigeria meeting its OPEC supply code is the issue of crude oil theft. In 2022, the federal government commenced a collaborative onslaught against crude oil theft.
We're not just zeroing on those who are the actual criminals, but also that those who are supporting them.
We cannot allow this to continue. The Navy is doing enormous work. They have made several arrests.
This is paying off as production hit 1.59 million barrels daily in December. The discovery of over 1 billion barrels of oil reserves and 500 million cubic feet of gas within the Kolmani area, as well as the huge potential for more deposits, is expected to intensify exploration efforts and wealth creation across the value chain.
We are pleased with the current discovery of over 1 billion barrels of oil reserves and 500 billion cubic feet of gas within the Borno area, and the huge potentials for more deposits as we intensify exploration efforts.
Hopefully, Nigeria is on the verge of altering refined product supply dynamics with the help of upcoming Dangote refinery, expected to become the regional refining hub in the coming years. Experts say impact of tension with Russia on Europe's gas supply and prices presents a unique opportunity for Nigeria. This is more so with various ongoing gas projects.
Considering the fact that Nigeria is more of a gas territory with more gas than oil, I would not paid so much attention to gas than we've been paying to oil. So we decided to take the direction to gas.
Also in 2022, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority had proactively drafted investment-friendly regulations with input from stakeholders as stipulated by the PIA for seamless operations of the down and midstream. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission unveiled the implementation guide template for Host Communities Development Trust. The event, which also witnessed the issuance of 49 petroleum prospecting licenses to successful awardees of the marginal fields in the 2020 bid, continue to unfold. Key players are optimistic that the future of the industry will continue turning the tides by becoming an economic development hub, attracting investors across the value chains. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
Nigeria, alongside African countries, is getting ready to adopt the genome editing technology as a breeding tool in biotechnology in efforts to address the challenges of low agricultural productivity and poverty. This has become evident following a meeting of conference of parties and policy dialogue in this emerging technology from 6 AU member states at the instance of the National Biotechnology Agency (NABDA) and the African Union Development Agency (NEPAD) in Nigeria. Justin Ben-Oyi reports.
Agricultural genome editing of crop plants is a rapidly advancing technology. It is a case whereby targeted characteristics in a crop plant are altered in a highly specific manner and with great precision with the aim of increasing yield, resisting pest and diseases, as well as improving climate resilience. Gene editing was aspirationally endorsed under the African Union Agenda 2063. So far, only 2 countries, Nigeria and Kenya, have implemented guidelines for a case-by-case review of genome-edited crops, but no African country has yet approved one. Nigeria is inching closer to fully adopt this emerging technology. The country just recently hosted 6 African countries, Burkina Faso, Ghana, Ethiopia, Eswatini, and Zambia, for the Policy Science Practice Dialogue to enhance domestication and use of genome editing science in Africa, leading to the launch of a community of experts. The project, the African Union Development Agency (NEPAD) and NABDA facilitated.
The government of Nigeria strongly shares the vision of this project and will continue to support its activities.
For Nigeria, the excerpt by the safety headlines are robust and explicit on genome-edited products, providing the necessary regulatory environment for the introduction and adoption of the genome editing tools for the innovation of products and services for the teeming Nigerian populace.
You can use this technology to improve the health situation, the challenges in the plant, for it to not produce optimally to get the actual yield.
Relatively, a national communication strategy for Nigeria to enhance the use of genome editing technology to boost agriculture on the continent has been drafted. The drafted action plan put together by different stakeholders and experts outlines a clear strategic approach for communication and awareness creation on the technology. Justin Ben-Uni, NTA News.
Nigeria and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation are strategizing towards addressing challenges associated with food security. This is coming as Nigeria hosts the Conference on Food Security and Agricultural Development. Mustafa Balu reports.
Nigeria is a member of Islamic Organization for Food Security under the auspices of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. The organization's vision is to contribute largely to global efforts in the eradication of hunger and poverty in member states. Nigeria hosted this year's conference in Abuja.
The ongoing global political, financial, and continued pandemic crisis, along with the climate change and other challenges that the international community is facing today, are having an adverse impact on the progress of ensuring food security across member countries and achieving sustainable development goals.
Nigeria was therefore selected by the Islamic Organization for Food Security to serve as a hub for grain storage for member countries.
This is not to say that we are satisfied, but we are determined to make more significant progress in this direction by generating more yields in crop, fisheries, and livestock crop sectors. The country is therefore open to direct investment in this sector to leverage on the gains that we have made so far.
The objective of the conference is to build the capacity of government officials on the basic practice strategy and creation of intersectorial mechanism on food security. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
The acting Co-Marshal Federal Safety Corps, Dauda Alebio, has declared the incessant violation of legal speed limits and noticeable traces of dangerous driving behaviors exhibited by drivers during the Christmas celebration. In a statement by Assistant Co-Marshal and Public Education Officer Bisi Kazim, perpetrators of such culture are wanted ceased forthwith as they will not be spared when apprehended. This is a preliminary investigation conducted by the Corps into the fatal crashes along Ibadan-Lagos route. Mokwa-Otupa Road shows they could have been avoided, but 20 lives were lost due to drivers' excessive speeding, reckless driving, as well as road obstruction. The survivors received first aid and taken to the hospital, while the remains of the deceased have been deposited in the hospital. A special squad has been deployed to the affected part of Otupo-Makadi Highway. Cutting off the fallen tree for immediate evacuation has commenced. Motorists are admonished to exercise patience and maintain the lowest possible speed while plying the route. The public is also reminded to report emergencies on FRC toll-free lines 122 and the National Traffic Radio 107.1 FM. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned the heinous and senseless killing of Omobalani Rahim, a member of the Nigerian Bar Association, shot on duty policeman on Christmas Day. In a statement, the president says he is deeply shocked and saddened to learn of the brutal killing and directed the police authorities to take the strongest possible action against the culprits already held in detention. President Buhari notes that the incident is a reminder of the recurring menace of the mishandling of weapons and a wake-up call to law enforcement agencies, including the police, to ensure the full implementation of reforms instituted by his administration on the subject of weapons handling, as well as the protection of the rights of citizens. In the meantime, President Buhari condoles with the Oru of Warri all chiefs of the kingdom, family and friends of the Warri family over the passage of Chief Asaf Warri of Benin and Obazwai of Warri and longest-serving chief. The president commends the life of service lived by Chief Warri to the younger generation and urges his family and children to ensure that his good works are preserved. Similarly, President Buhari condoles with former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Gali Umar Naaba, who lost his mother, Hajia Rabi Umar Naaba. The deceased was a sibling of the late Bashir Usman Tofa, a political associate of of the president. The Police Service Commission has received with shock news of the killing of a legal practitioner, Borno Rahim, who was alleged to have been shot and killed by a policeman attached to Abuja Police Station, Abuja in Lagos State on Christmas Day. In a statement, the Commission condemns the irresponsible and savage act of the officer and further directs the police leadership to hasten investigation to the matter and forward its report to the Commission for consideration and further disciplinary action. The Commission also calls on the police to put in place a formidable program for further training of its men on weapon handling, as cases of unprovoked shooting and killing innocent Nigerians have become worrisome. Now, Adiola is standing by in Lagos with more reports on Nationwide. Hello Adiola, good to see you.
Thank you, Jide. Welcome to Lagos. On so many occasions in year 2022, the resolve of government at various levels to ensure adequate security of lives and property was tested by pockets of security challenges in different parts of the country. In this report, Ruth Ria Samuel takes a retrospective look at the outgoing year, noting efforts to tackle the issues.
2022 will go down as a busy year which strains the human, material, and tactical resources of the nation's security apparatus.
I would say the little kind of like reduced, but when it comes to the northern part of the country, at least probably they are facing more immense of that the pressure.
We need more enforcement of security in every area.
The Nigerian security outfits, particularly the police, had to effectively contend with existing and emerging security challenges, including kidnapping, armed robbery, and gender-based violence. In 2022, one of such cases was that of Andrew Nice, who allegedly raped and killed Banishe in a BRT bus in Lagos. There was also the case of the Abuja-Kaduna train attack in March, the Owo case, and other occurrences. While giving assessment of security situation in the year, experts say there is the need to review the laws to help prosecute crime.
We were not able to maintain consistency in our activities, consistency in our consequence delivery, like the judiciary. So many cases were not swiftly resolved.
In spite of the challenges, there are many positives. For instance, the deployment of newly acquired Tucano jets along with other platforms in the northeast has seen notable decimation of insurgents, while deployment of more operatives is also winning the battle against traffic robbery in Lagos State.
We are working assiduously to ensure that Lagos State is safer and secured. We have been able to deploy adequate human and operational resources at our disposal to all strategic points in Lagos State.
With 2023 and the general elections on the way, getting security right remains a national priority. The hope, particularly for the civil populace, is that the nation's security architecture will get necessary support in the form of intelligence and resources, as well as the right impetus to apprehend crime and insecurity before they thrive. In Lagos, Ruth Ria Samuel, NTA News.
Although this year's Christmas has come and gone, the Yuletide, which refers to Christmas holiday, is still in full swing. In this report, Diana Ajali captures echoes of this year's Yuletide.
From Lagos-Ibadan Expressway to Badagry and strategic road projects across the country, there are 700 projects receiving intervention across the country as of 2020. This figure is not too challenging for the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to extend its road revolution projects to tertiary institutions across the country. So far, 64 internal road projects have been completed and 46 handed over.
We sincerely apologize for that film. You're still watching Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for update. We'll take some messages right now, but when we return the news, we'll continue with Abubakar in Maiduguri. Just stay with us.
Nigeria, African beauty and the Gulf of Guinea, blessed with natural wildlife and wildlife reserves. Nigeria, largest economy in Africa. Nigeria, famous accomplishment in entertainment and sports. Nigeria, resourced with globally respected human capital. Our uniqueness lies in our tenacity, our acumen, a testament of success. At NTA, we are forever proud to be the showcase channel of this positive energy and the reflection of the good in our nation. The capacity to tell our nation's story would not have been possible without the support and patronage of the three arms of government: ministries, departments, agencies, corporate bodies, advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups, political parties, and of course you, our esteemed viewers. As we wish you Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year, let's get set to make 2023 even greater together.
People of Nigeria don't talk them say na Asiwaju Bola Tinubu they want as president of Nigeria. Our country people get many reasons wey make them all agree say na Asiwaju Bola Tinubu dem choose for this president election. Yes, so Bola Tinubu na man wey sabi anything wey he put in hand he dey work wella. He do better work for Lagos State when he be governor. Till today Lagos people still dey enjoy from all the better things wey jaburata for Lagos. People of Nigeria, e good to make you vote for who sabi. As e come be so, make we all come out for election day and vote Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria. Vote Senator Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC, the party with the broom. Who be the president we go vote? Bola Tinubu.
So, it's like, once you lose hope, you lose life. Once people get lifted to a certain level, they start feeling godlike. What would you attribute this backwardness in education to in the up to date? What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. The program is its lectures. Right up to this moment, and this is Maiduguri Network Center. Let's begin with issues that have to do with security
in the quest to ensure maintenance of law and order in the course of providing conducive security and professionalism before, during, and after the forthcoming 2023 general elections. Northeast Development Commission has commenced retraining of registered private security agents in Borno State. The capacity building exercise was organized in collaboration with Abubakar Tatari Ali Polytechnic, Bauchi. Umar Kirawa will now tell us more.
The intelligence gathering and sharing capacity building training for registered private security agents and personnel of recognized volunteer security groups in Borno State organized with the team the role of informal security operatives in combating insecurity in the northeast of Nigeria is to equip them with proactive modern trends of sustaining peace for development.
I expect that I'll be able to at least go in and train someone also and tell the person what I've learned.
Coordinator Northeast Development Commission, Borno State, Engineer Muhammad Umaru said the initiative is targeted at enhancing capacity and ensuring professionalism in the course of providing conducive working environment for the citizenry.
This training is to really educate and then update the security personnel.
Coordinator of the training, Dr. Muhammad Awal Suleiman, and Malam Musa Yakubu enjoined the private security agents to strictly comply with the rules and regulations governing private security and encourage them to work in synergy with the police, NSCDC and other paramilitary outfits in the course of their duties.
They should use all their skills to ensure that there is hate-free violent election.
Wide range of lectures were also carried out to highlight the importance of the private security guards in the effective protection of lives and properties, in addition to submissions on the need for them to do more in providing timely intelligent information to other agencies for effective results. In Maiduguri, Umar Kirawa, NTA News.
And still on issues concerning security, towards checkmating nefarious activities of terrorists around the Nigeria-Cameroon border in Borno State, Force Commander, Multinational Joint Task Force, Major General Abdul Khalifa Ibrahim, has handed over 4 combat vehicles to MNGTF Forward Operational Base Tactical Support in Kirawa. This was during an operational visit to Kirawa by the Force Commander. Yamuna Garba will now bring us more details.
The keys of the vehicles as instructed by Chief of Defense Staff Nigeria and Chief of Army Staff, and I will hand them over to Commander Sector 1 MNGTF.
The vehicles Toyota Buffalo Hilux fitted for combat, according to the Force Commander Major General Abdul Khalifa Ibrahim, will assist the forward operational base in clearing all remnants of terrorists in the area. He said it will further enable the troops to effectively patrol and carry out operations within their area of responsibility. General Khalifa charged the FOB to make maximum use of the vehicles and to continue to be bold and unpredictable so that the insurgents can be overwhelmed. General Officer Commanding 7th Division Major General Waidi Shaibu thanked the Force Commander for facilitating the donation of the combat vehicles and motion sensors earlier donated. The GOC noted that the presence of the forward operational base has allowed for the return of peace and security in the area, stressing that the people are now going about their social and economic activities in peace. During the visit, the Force Commander also met with the people of Kirawa, where the district head Abdurrahman Abubakar disclosed that with the relative peace being enjoyed in the community, they now engage in farming and other activities and thank the military for the return of peace to the area. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
And that will be it for now from Maiduguri. Let us at this point return to Olajide in Abuja for more reports on Nationwide. I hope you are enjoying the festive season.
Thank you very much, Abubakar. I am actually enjoying the festive period. And moving on, the All Progressives Congress Vice Presidential candidate Kashim Shettima says the next administration under Bola Ahmed Tinubu will find a permanent solution to the perennial flooding in Jigawa State if elected in the 2023 general elections. The Vice Presidential candidate stated this while rounding off a visit to the state at the palace of the Emir of Dutse, Dr. Nuhu Muhammad Sanusi. Awal Muhammad Kazauri reports.
Vice presidential candidate
received by the state governorship candidate and other APC stalwart was in the state to sympathize with the people of Jigawa State as the worst hit by this year's flood disaster in the country. Kashim Shatima says is part of the next agenda to clear and dredge block dams and waterways down to Lake Chad that will allow free flow of water. By this, he explains, farmers will have access to water for all year round farming.
Your Royal Highness, you have led the advocacy of desertification and entrenched the culture of afforestation among people in northern Nigeria. We are proud of you and we are calling on the other areas to emulate you.
The Emir of Dutse, Dr. Nuhu Muhammad Sanusi, appreciated the visit, traced back the history of Dutse Emirate to Borno.
You and your principals, the APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, are leaders this country needs at this time. Your expertise and experiences in governance will help navigate Nigeria out of the current economic difficulties. May Allah help us in this.
While in Jigawa State, the APC vice presidential candidate also paid similar visit to the palaces of the emirs of Hadeja, Kazaure and Ringim. From Dutse, Awal Muhammad Kazaure, NTA News.
The calls for more sensitization on national census Mina in Enugu is standing by. Pina, compliment of the season.
Of the season on Lajide, you're welcome to Enugu. The Federal Commissioner of the National Population Commission, Ejikeze, has advised stakeholders in Enugu to use the Yuletide season to sensitize their people on the need to be counted in the forthcoming 2023 census exercise. Okechukwu Agobama has details.
Federal Commissioner Ejikeze emphasized on the need for the public, especially the elite, in Enugu State to wrap up necessary strategies to create awareness for the 2023 census, which will be digital based.
Without the critical support from the government, it will be very challenging for us when we reach the government, because it is something that is happening all over the profession, and our people should place a very much pull on it in terms of support, because census is very, very critical in every country.
He emphasized that the trial census was a success and encouraged them to inform their people on the electronic registration for the ad hoc staff.
So I appeal for the stakeholder support, the government support, the traditional law support. We pledge everybody should support us so that we can deliver a credible and acceptable census.
The census will commence in April 2023 in Enugu. Okechukwu Agobama, NTA News.
And that's it from Enugu. Another break beckons. The news continues with Olajide in Abuja after the break.
As we close a successful year 2022 and prepare for the start of a better year 2023, the Nigeria Television Authority, NTA, wishes to appreciate and share the love with all who gave us a year to remember for good. The three arms of government, ministries, departments and agencies, corporate bodies and advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups and political parties. Most importantly, you, our esteemed viewer, we say thank you. Together, we made 2022 great. Let's make 2023 greater. Once again, we say thank you. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from all of us at the NTA. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Our country people, they talk with one voice. They say that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu dem want as president of Nigeria. For this president election, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu na the man wey we all know and see all the good work in dey do for the country, especially when he be governor of Lagos State. Now when God use turn Lagos to the best state for Nigeria. Today, many people all over Nigeria dey like to go Lagos go settle down for business and better life. And because of the good work wey Bola Tinubu do, people of Nigeria, as Asiwaju do for Lagos, na so him ready to do am for the whole country. Vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu for president of Nigeria. Vote Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC, the party wey get brain. Nigerians, elections are here again. Let us shine violence. Let us play the game according to the rules. Do not be a thug. Say no to violence. Let's rise and defeat violence, crime, and sabotage against the peace of our nation. Nigeria is the only country we have. We must do everything to keep it united. We must avoid any act that promotes hate and disintegration. Say no to separatist movement, terrorism, fake news, hate speech, religious bigotry, and any act that tends to divide us as a nation. Watch out for strange gatherings and suspicious movements. Restrict access to sensitive documents and data, the disclosure of which may damage national security. Educate your staff and family, particularly on measures to safeguard information and report security breaches. Apply relevant legal security guidelines to protect yourself and your neighbors. Due to misinformation and wrong choices, some idle persons resort to vices in their greed to get rich quick. They resort to kidnapping, killings for rituals, and other heinous crimes. Avoid wrong use of the social media before you broadcast that false message. Think twice. Ask whether it will promote peace or violence. For safety at home, still be security conscious. Educate your household on safety tips. Report all suspicious movements and persons to the security agencies nearest to you. Be a good citizen. Be patriotic. To pass security information, please call 0813-222-2105, 0915-339-1309, 0908-837-3514, or send a mail to dsspr@dss.gov.ng. This message is from the Department of State Services, DSS.
But else it's on Nationwide today, but don't forget that the best and fastest way in becoming a star is to join NTA to stand against rape and rapists. I am Olajide Bello. Good evening.